these are signs he's just not that into you. Girls, you're going to want to make sure to save this one. It's definitely going to come in handy this year. First things first, if you hear the word busy on multiple occasions, he's busy minding his own business, not worrying about getting busy with you. I don't care if he's holding down 3 jobs and is a dad. If you like someone, you make the time to speak to them or effectively communicate the reasons why you're busy. None of this cancelling last-minute bullshit. And to think you got yourself ready and did the whole ankle to knee shave just for him to cancel and for you to give him another chance. Are you crazy? Next on the list is the old Katy Perry method. If he's blowing hot and cold, one moment he's giving you attention and it's like you're the only woman that exists, and then it's ghost town and you didn't get a reply for 3 to 5 business days. But the second he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I've had so much going on," your panties are wet again. Speaking of which, if he only texts you at night and is overly sexual, yeah, he might like you, but for all the wrong reasons. This is just a guy that knows exactly where he's got you and that you will reply the second he texts you. Hence why when he's horny, it's convenient and timely. I know exactly what you're thinking. Chloe, we might not talk all the time, but he still likes my Instagram stories and my Instagram photos. That's got to mean I'm on his mind, right? Well, yes. But not for the reasons you think. He definitely finds you attractive, but if he also does the first two, this type of guy, he's very knowledgeable in the reverse psychology department. He does this to make you think he's interested, but what's actually happening is he's just keeping you in a place where he wants you. Which is where you're constantly thinking about him and watching videos like these.
Oh, hell no!
Absence, anxiety, and uncertainty will always be your best allies, brother. This woman just described a Chad, the kind of guy who brings nothing to the table but drives her crazy because he takes her on an emotional roller coaster. She complains that he's inconsistent, ignores her for days, and only texts her when it suits him, yet she's still hooked. She's not looking for stability or commitment. She's chasing the thrill of uncertainty. And the best part? She knows it. But instead of walking away, she keeps analyzing him like he's some kind of puzzle. If he were a nice guy who texted her every day and treated her with kindness, she'd just ignore him. That right there is proof that what they say they want and what they actually choose are 2 completely different things.
His apology to you is also a test to see if he can get away with the same shit in the future. If he hurt you, if he upset you, if he bothered you, and all of a sudden he comes scrolling back with an apology, do not immediately take him back. If you forgive him immediately, he learned that you are easy, you are a pushover with weak boundaries, and he's just gonna repeat his dumb actions in the future. So here's what you're gonna do instead. In part 1, we learned that you need to make this man suffer in your absence. Going no contact by physically leaving the room, sleeping somewhere else for however long it needs to take. You teaching this man that he's not getting away with his shit. Now he's the one confused and suffering and probably regretting his action. You're gonna get him begging to take you back. The only thing it takes is you standing on business and going ice cold, unbothered, no contact, and letting him make the first move. Because if you follow all the steps I taught you in part 1 and all of a sudden you still sit next to him, crunching on the chips, watching Netflix, jumping into bed with him, forgiving him and taking him back as if nothing happened, this man will not ever respect you. The easiest way to get your man to respect you is going no contact and holding no contact. Let him reach out first, let him double text, let him call you and do not pick up the phone. Let him go crazy and mentally stimulate him if he's losing you, if you're with someone else. If a man truly loves you, he's now forced to step up his game because he's realizing whenever he's reaching out or trying to call you, trying to text you, he doesn't get a signal from you. Going no contact with him will trigger his testosterone levels and the chase again. All of a sudden, he's forced to step into his masculine energy and actually fight for you. He's left with no other option than to rock up on your doorstep with flowers, jewelry, money, chocolate, and a heartfelt apology to make up for it. If he doesn't, he was never in love with you in the first place. You dodged a bullet. If you want to learn more, click the link in my bio to access all of my courses, coaching, and masterclass, and most importantly, my Spotify exclusive podcast, Be Smart, Play Dumb, and I will see you there.
I want you to see how women teach other women to manipulate men. This isn't about communication. It's about using absence and indifference to force a man to chase them. That's why I always tell you, brothers, learn to be pragmatic. Patience is one of a man's greatest virtues. If you make a mistake and apologize, and I'm not talking about cheating, because that's wrong, the worst thing you can do is chase after her. You apologize, give her space, and control your emotions. It might resolve in a day or a week, but if you don't fall into her game, she'll be the one to come looking for you, because no one forgets in just 2 days. Remember, absence, anxiety, and uncertainty will always be your best allies, brother.
If a man doesn't invest into you, if a man doesn't pay for dinner dates or your bills or your rent or your nails or your hair, and he doesn't even spend a single dime on you, this man does not love you. This man is saving money for his dream girl to come along while he's piggybacking off you, your resources, your time, your existence, and your money. I'm going to tell you why I know that he doesn't love you if he doesn't spend money on you while I'm unboxing my new lipstick. If a man truly is in love with you, he will want to invest into you. He wants to provide and protect you. He wants to nurture you and your feminine energy. How does he do it? By spending money on you, by looking after you emotionally, mentally, financially, spiritually. He wants to make you a better person. That's the sole purpose of what men are here to do on this planet, to protect and nurture women. Because what do? We carry the portal to life. We become mothers. We look after the children. While we're looking after the children, the man needs to protect us. Now, we don't live in Stone Age times anymore. So our priorities and the resources a man needs to provide have changed. We're not necessarily looking for the fittest guy anymore that can box away a saber-toothed tiger, but we're looking for a man that is financially secure and financially ambitious to offer us the most important resource on this planet, which is money. Just as much as we have the maternal instinct to love unconditionally, to nurture our family and our children, a man has the instinct, the masculine instinct to provide for a woman. If he doesn't have this instinct with you, he simply doesn't love you. This is my new lip gloss. I got my name engraved. Every single person asked me about the color because it went viral on TikTok. And this is number 11 in satin.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Gold diggers always say that feminine energy is simply about receiving. That being a provider means supporting them and paying for everything. Because according to them, a man's only purpose on this earth is to protect and provide for women. This type of woman is the worst choice for a man who wants to progress in life. Her view of love is purely transactional. If a man doesn't pay her bills, dates, nails, and rent, then he doesn't love her. His character, loyalty, and commitment don't matter. Only money does. But of course, when a man decides to be pragmatic and look for a woman who contributes instead of just consuming, they call him cheap or not masculine enough. There's no love here, just a price list.
If there's one thing I could give younger women advice on that will change their entire dating experience, this one quote that has haunted me and informs me of the bullshit goes like this. You cannot change a man unless he's in diapers. You cannot change that bumbleclot man unless he is a baby who just come out of your crutches. Therefore, when you see your man, potential man, side man, whatever man, not acting right, chuck up the deuces and keep it moving. If you are a woman who, not gonna lie, I've also fallen into this category, who thinks that a conversation can change him, maybe bringing him to the light of his own crap, maybe sitting down with him and having a one-to-one and discussing the truths of the situation and hoping that he will wake up from his... No, doesn't happen. I've also been the woman who is patient and feels that people are changing and growing. If you have the mindset of someone who's always changing like myself, you may fall into this category because you believe other people are also like you, and the majority of them are not. How you meet that man is how that man is going to be 9 out of 10 times. So do yourself the favor, do your youth the favor, do your time the favor, do your cortisol levels the favor, and move on. Wait until you meet the man who has all his shit together from jump. That is the man worth your time. Beyond that, pay attention, keep your mouth shut, keep it prim, keep it proper, keep it pretty, and peace out.
What this woman is saying is the real problem today, the pursuit of the perfect person. Listen when she says, wait for the man who has everything in order from the start. In other words, wait for the winner at the finish line. There's no, let's build together. No mutual support. No understanding that relationships are 50-50, and that some days it's 20-80. No, she doesn't want that because she doesn't want to deal with a man who has problems. But here's the reality. There's no such thing as a man without problems. Even rich men have them. Women's attitudes change with their hormonal cycles. So should men leave them every time they don't listen or are in a bad mood? Can't men change them when they're in an emotional state? Exactly. Because commitment isn't about finding perfection. It's about learning to handle the ups and downs. But of course, that doesn't sound as appealing as wait for the perfect man. And that, brothers, is why they hit the wall.
Ladies, if there is one type of man you want to fear most in this world, it is an insecure one. Insecure men will drag you to the depths of hell. They will try to humble you, they will cheat because they don't feel good enough, they will lie to you, lie about you, they'll resent you if you do better than them. Insecure men are the worst because a lot of them are sneaky. They'll start off as really sweet, really kind, really good guys. They'll tell you how they think you're amazing and they'll put you on a pedestal and they'll make you feel like, I'm really lucky to have you. And at first you'll be like, that's really sweet, like he's really humble, like he makes me feel amazing, he tells me how beautiful I am, he tells me how amazing I am. And then the resentment kicks in. Then you give it a couple of months. Then they start realising just how much they're jealous of you or just how insecure they are. And if you're a confident woman, and I mean a naturally very confident woman, that will eat away at them. And trust me, the cracks will start to show. It will start sweet and loving, but then it will lead to jealousy. Then it will lead to paranoia. Then it will lead to them making little digs at you. Then it will lead to them trying to humble you. And also these types of men are super codependent. So you'll think, oh, he just chose me. He really loved me. If he's insecure, sis, he's looking for anyone to fill the void. And it's not that you're not special and I'm not trying to make you feel like shit, but this is just how insecure men work. A lot of them are very codependent and a lot of them need somebody to be there, making them feel good, complimenting them, validating them 24/7. And that's why loads of them are still on dating websites when you're dating. It's why a lot of them cheat. It's why a lot of them micro cheat because they're insecure and they need validation. It's almost like an addiction. If they don't have it, they feel like shit. So if he's the type of guy to constantly put himself down, please don't think he's being humble. He's telling you, and it's predicting the future. Because these types of men who start like this and who make these comments all the time, they are very deeply insecure. And unless they're working on that in therapy or whatever else, it's never going to go well for you. I promise you this. If they're the type of guy who says stuff like, oh, I love the idea of being in love. Oh, I want to be in love. And not saying, oh, I love being with you. Oh, I want to be with you. This man will try to fill the void of anyone. If these types of guys are the guys that always play the victim, very insecure, please don't ignore that. Run. There's being empathetic and there's feeling sorry for somebody or having empathy for somebody. And then there's having somebody that lives with a victim mentality, which means they never take accountability. And lots of very insecure men are like this. They'll play the victim, you'll feel sorry for them, you'll stick around for too much bullshit, they'll do it over and over and over again. And then when you call them out on it and you start to set boundaries, they'll say how they can't help it, they'll play the victim, and then you feel bad. And then these insecure men keep you wrapped around their little finger for ages because you don't want to be a bitch and you don't want to leave. So if they keep on talking about how shit their life is, please don't think it's your job to fix them. Suggest therapy. If they don't want to go, bounce. That does not mean you're abandoning people. That does not mean you're being a dick. It just means you're choosing to want to be with somebody who is secure like yourself. We have to stop feeling like we have to save them. Everyone needs to go and do the work on themselves. Do the work on ourselves.
I'll give you credit for one thing. A man shouldn't be emotional. Kevin Samuels made it clear, don't tell your woman everything or constantly show vulnerability. Women run from insecure men. But what this girl is describing here isn't an insecure man. It's a controlling Chad. She says that at first, he's sweet, loving, and showers her with compliments. And then come the resentment, jealousy, and dominance. Sound familiar? Yeah. It's the same type of guy many women choose over and over again because he takes them on that emotional roller coaster. They're not looking for stability. They're chasing intensity. And when the game backfires, they call him insecure. But it's not insecurity. It's exactly the type of man they were drawn to from the start.
We come back to each other much more happy and healed and healthy, and then we go on to have a good, healthy relationship. Stop trying to do the work for them. Please, for the love of God. I say this as a woman who spent a bloody long time doing it. And there's a difference between being in a relationship with somebody who's got a few minor things they need to work on and they openly say, yeah, I'm going to work on this while I'm in a relationship, because you do healing by yourself, and then you have to put that healing into practice in a relationship anyway at some point. So there's always going to be a few things we have to work on. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about deeply insecure men. I'm talking about men where you see it, but you don't think it's a red flag because it's not abuse or he's not angry, but it still seems like an amber flag. That will turn into a red flag. So if he's insecure, please, 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 please save yourself the long run of bother that it's going to cause you by just dipping, or ideally not dating them in the first place. First little amber sign of insecurity, run, because insecure men who don't work on themselves don't get any better, they get worse, I'm telling you. And actually that goes for women too. Somebody that's really insecure and not working on themselves, it will never go backwards, it will always manifest into more. That's just the way it is, man or woman. But of course I'm a woman talking to women about dating men. But realistically, this could go for anyone. So here's some telltale signs that he's probably very insecure. Number 1. His following list looks like he went to an all-girls school. Men, I'm not going to argue with you about this. If a man is following hundreds to thousands of women and in all of their likes and DMs, and trust me, if he's in their likes and if he's following them, he'll be in their DMs, that man is craving validation and he needs to be permanently validated with the likes and with having the girls follow him back. From a woman who experienced it firsthand and had the guy admit it, please, please listen to me. Number 2. Men that follow podcast bros. This is self-explanatory. If I need to explain this to you still, I don't know what to tell you. Especially to the men that are going to come on here now and be like, no, it's just for motivation. If he has got to follow a podcast bro that wants to talk down about women, belittle women, be misogynistic about women, that man does not know himself, he's got zero fucking purpose, and he needs to listen to other men that also don't know shit about themselves to try and learn about himself. Number 3. If every single time something bad happens in his life, either he loses a job, or stuff just doesn't seem to be going his way, or he goes for a breakup, if he does zero self-reflection and his goal, his aim, and his idea of self-work is to go to the gym, and I don't mean going to the gym on the side whilst doing other forms of self-work, I mean if the only thing he does that he thinks is self-work is going to the gym, that a guy's insecure. Because, bro, why are you trying to work on your body when the problem's in your head? Why do you think that getting biceps in a chest is going to make up for the fact that you're actually not a great human being on the inside? Like, go to therapy, please. If he slags off women that really know themselves, whether this be celebrities, public figures, or just girls you know, probably insecure, because secure men find that attractive. If he slags it off, it's because he feels threatened. If every time you have an argument, he just throws the towel in, goes to his boys, goes to the club, goes and does something like gambling or drinking, whatever else, probably very insecure. If he can't have a discussion with you like an adult and sit down and rectify the situation and has to go and find a way to blow off steam in a really unhealthy way, he's probably not a very secure man.
Brothers, women want bears, because the kind of man she truly wants is a social outcast. You can't listen to podcast brothers. You can't go out with your friends. You can't hit the clubs or the gym because the problem is in your head. You can't follow other women or even find them attractive. Basically, she wants a man with zero masculine influence, a man she can completely mold to her convenience. But here's the irony. That kind of man would never interest her in the first place. Because women like her aren't looking for stability. They're chasing a dominant guy with charisma and leadership, the same type of man who, coincidentally, does listen to other successful men, does surround himself with friends, and does take care of his physique. She doesn't want a confident man. She wants a malleable man. A man who only works, agrees with everything she says, and has no life outside of her. And the best part? She has the audacity to talk about insecure men while describing complete control over her partner. Brothers, run from women like this. They'll drain you financially, break you mentally, and isolate you from everything and everyone. If you can't have a life outside of her, it's not love, it's control.
2 weeks ago, my husband, my partner for life, I thought, of 5 years, decided he wasn't happy anymore and left. Honestly, it was a normal day. He woke up saying his knees hurted. It was the day after Mother's Day. We had an argument about how he loaded the dishwasher. And next thing you know, he's gone. And 2 days later, I got a text message saying he was done. So now it's in the month. I'm trying to figure out rent and my bills and all kinds of stuff. And my kids are out of school, and I have 4 kids, and it's gonna be 2 months of me trying to hide all these emotions that I'm going through. Every day it's a goddamn roller coaster. And I'm trying to hold together. And I have a 5-month-old. And I have a diabetic daughter. An autistic child. I'm just going through a lot. And I would appreciate it if you just like or comment or stay to watch this video. It would help me a lot. Because I'm trying to figure out what to do with my life right now again.
I have a question. Could all these kids really be his? Because having 4 kids in a 5-year relationship doesn't sound very likely. Everything points to this man being a stepfather who tried to take on a family that wasn't his until he just couldn't anymore. Looking at the situation from the outside and considering how the economy is right now, woman, you should have been more careful. No man is out here looking to take on a woman with 4 kids, especially under these circumstances. Most likely, he held on as long as he could, but at some point, the weight of the situation crushed him. He didn't leave over a dishwasher. He left because he found himself trapped in a no-win scenario.
What my mom used to tell me always is that when you are with a man, it doesn't matter if it is a boyfriend, a lover, a husband, always know how to save money, Doreen. That's what she always told me. And his words came true today. My ex-husband gave me the divorce paper today. And it says that everything that he has is his, and everything that I have is mine. The thing is that I don't have anything. He has all the things. For me, we've been together for 15 years, so I never thought that I will have to save up or anything. I always thought that what is his is mine. That is what, and what is mine is his. Not knowing that in his mind, everything that he has is his, right? And so I'm leaving with nothing. And the most painful thing is that for the past 9 years, I am the one who has been working every day. Every day. I wake up 5 a.m. in the morning to 11 o'clock in the evening. I work like 18 hours nonstop I stand on my feet all day long, right? 7 days nonstop. Okay. So everything that comes, the money, it all goes to his account. And then he has the gut to tell me that he is planning to, he's leaving and he's taking the kids with him because the kids are growing up and this place, they don't have a future, which I agree with him. It's true. And he is taking all 3 kids with him and he wants the full custody because I'll be staying here working. And when I work at the end of the month, what we earn, I have to give him 50% of what I earn here, right? So, oh, yeah, I will tell you guys more.
Oh, boo-hoo! Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin.
Let me see if I got this straight. He keeps the house, the kids, the cars, half the money, maybe more since you had a joint account. And on top of that, it looks like you'll be paying him child support. Where have I heard this before? Oh, right. This happens to men all the time. But when it's a woman losing in the divorce, suddenly it's unfair. For decades, society has said it's fair for a man to lose everything in a divorce because she sacrificed her life. But now that the roles are reversed, it's no longer fair? If the system is truly equal, then there shouldn't be any complaints. What really stings here is that, for the first time, someone played by the same rules and won.
When your husband gives you the divorce paper stating that what he's own is his and what you own is yours, knowing very well that you have nothing, that is you who worked for him, and that it's because of you he has the money he has now, right? But anyway, I signed the papers and I have given him the full custody of the kids. And now he is traveling with the kids back. So I will be staying here, working, and start all over again. It's painful, but I know that I can do it. So after giving him the full custody of the kids, he comes and tells me that every month what I work, the payment that I get, I should give him 50% of what of my income, right? But this guy, he's not ashamed of anything.
Hey, bro. What? Oh my God!
Brothers, unless you and I are in a different country, this sounds like a lie to me. No one just loses half their salary out of nowhere. In this country, no woman ends up with such a bad divorce outcome just like that. There's more to this story, something she doesn't want to admit. If she signed over full custody, it means the judge determined the kids were better off with their father. And if she has to pay him, it's because the law ruled that he deserves that compensation. So what really happened here? Because this doesn't sound like an innocent victim. It sounds like someone who refuses to admit that her own actions led to this outcome.
Girl, let me tell you the tea. So people are asking how I left my husband of 10 years. How did I do it? Where did I come up with the strength? That's the question. Okay, so it wasn't like I woke up and decided to leave him. It was just years of unhappiness and drama, and we gave each other like this year, the end of this year, this current year, to see if we can work it out, but it just became so miserable and so hard. And it's not that I didn't love him, it was really hard to walk away. I literally I pulled through as much as I can. But I think it was one day I literally woke up after a day of crying or a night of crying, and I was just like, I literally can't do this anymore. And it was just kind of like a tiff that we had, and just at that moment I was like, I can't do this anymore. And obviously it was heartbreaking. Going through any type of breakup or whatever, separation is so fucking heartbreaking. It wasn't an easy decision, but I cannot say this enough. Your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, God, everybody, everything in you will know when it's time to leave. I just gave our relationship so much hope and so much effort at the end, even more. And I will even say it, I begged, I came out of character, and I did, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, I left, and I am so much more happier. Obviously, again, there's going to be a roller coaster of emotions. I'm going to have thoughts and feelings and things like that. But don't hold back. Don't second guess yourself. If you're asking, is this relationship bettering me? And it's not. Obviously, do your best to fix it, because we're all here to be held accountable for our actions. But, sometimes you just got to dip.
Remember, brother, when things get tough, the cowards will be the first to jump ship. Here we have yet another familiar story. 10 years of marriage, and she leaves because she just couldn't take it anymore. No mention of abuse, no mention of betrayal, just that things got hard and she cried a lot. This only confirms what we always say. On the wedding day, only the man gets married for love. The woman marries for a lifestyle. This is exactly why men have stopped getting married. Because aside from losing everything they've worked for in the process, there's no guarantee she won't just wake up one day and decide to leave. Marriage is no longer a commitment. It's a contract with an emotional escape clause.
You want to know what the worst part about being a single mom is? Is you get robbed of a certain motherhood experience. It just doesn't exist for you. When you're a single mom, you don't get to operate in a certain way because you're carrying a different type of load. And that, I think, is the most frustrating / heartbreaking thing, because it's just damn, if I had a different level of support, the way that I could run, the way that I could carry it. And props for how you carry the load that you have. But it's just you sit there and you think oh, how great could I have been had I had the certain level of support that I deserved during pregnancy, during raising your children, whatever that looks like. It's just I don't know, sometimes I have that moment of reflection where I'm wow, not only did you not show up, you stole something from me.
Oh, hell no!
Imagine saying, "You stole something from me," when you've had your child almost 24/7 for an entire year. Meanwhile, men are lucky if they get to see their kids 2 days a week, some only 4 days a month, and in the worst cases, only through supervised visits. How many moments do those men miss? How many days go by without seeing their child grow or having any influence in their life? But no, here it's all about playing the victim. She complains that she didn't get the support she deserved, yet she was the one who chose the father of her child, and she was the one who chose to leave him. Now she wants to blame him for something that was entirely her own decision.
Women do not want your protection.
Oh, really? I do love it when one person speaks for an entire population.
If that is contingent on you continuing to oppress us.
How exactly are women oppressed in the Western world? I have yet to hear one reasonable, logical answer to that. I've been asking it for a long time, but yet I haven't heard a single thing that would answer that question.
You should never use protecting us as an excuse to further the patriarchy.
The only patriarchy that exists in the Western world is in that of a talking point.
We have declined your protection. We do not need it. We are not children.
Then stop acting like them.
We have agency. We choose freedom. And if you think that women should be oppressed because they need your protection, you win the Darwin Award.
I love it when some misuse phrases so eloquently.
It is the foundation of the free Western world to choose freedom over safety. Give me liberty or give me...
It's just my opinion, but those individuals that keep arguing that women in the Western world are oppressed don't actually know what oppression looks like.
Anybody who chooses safety over freedom deserves neither. That's Ben Franklin. We choose freedom. Leave us alone.
I honestly don't think that a lot of the women out there that try to push these narratives are really ready for the conversation of what exactly would they do if men actually did decide to leave them alone.
Totally agree. She has never been oppressed, especially not in a matriarchal system. But when she stops getting privileges, she plays the patriarchy card and claims that women are oppressed. Here's the trap. When it suits them, they say they don't need men, that they are strong and independent. But when life doesn't go as they expected, suddenly they remember the so-called oppression, even though they live under the umbrella of a society that functions thanks to men. But of course, freedom is great until the bills come due and reality hits, just like the girl in the next video.
Why do you give me a ticket when my check engine light is already on? Like, can you not read the room? Like, I have no money. I can't even. I made this coffee at home. I'm out of milk and it's disgusting. Out of milk. Oh, and 2%. Like, and then, the way sisters can hold a grudge, months. I'm so done. It's 8 a.m. It's not even 8 a.m. yet. It's 7:29. I think like the morning just makes it worse. Like it just, Anyways, I'm about to go garage selling. Wish me luck. I have no money. Literally, I have $35 that I can spend on garage selling. And that, you may think, if you have no money, why are you garage selling? Because I need to do something that makes me feel good because I've been laying and soaking in my room for 4 days all week. And I won't do it for another day. I'm going to enjoy my Friday morning because I don't go out in the nighttime. Yay!
Fuck up, you crazy bitch!
Brothers, and then they blame men. But just like this girl, there are hundreds in this country. Unstable women, acting crazy, and on top of that, they're feminists. She cries because she has no money, complains about a fine, says her coffee is disgusting, and that she's been lying in her room for 4 days. And her solution is to go spend the little she has at garage sales. And then they wonder why men don't want to commit anymore. No one wants to take on an emotionally unstable woman who can't manage her life and will later blame men for her mess. Just like the woman in the next video.
It absolutely amazes me that in today's society, how many men will sit back and watch a woman load shavings and feed onto the bed of her truck and not offer assistance. Like, what happened? What happened? Where did we go wrong? I don't know. Do I need help? No, I don't.
Let's just call it what it is. These women treated men so poorly that these men said, fuck it, do it yourself. Not only that is the amount of men that actively have tried to help women and they turn around and look at them like, ew, I don't need your help. I can do it myself. How many times have men taken women on dates and tried to get the car door and she looks at him like with a nasty attitude and says she can get her own door? Women literally treated men so poorly that they have chosen their peace over trying to help women. This doesn't even include the amount of women that get offended if a man tries to help a woman. She'll turn around and be like, oh, you're only helping me because I'm a woman. So now she's offended. Now it's an awkward situation, even though he's trying to be a gentleman. Again, women have set the standard and now they can't stand it. Not only that, let's not forget the amount of women with inflated egos that think that every man that is talking to them or even trying to help them is somehow attracted to them, sexually attracted to them in any kind of way, and that means that he's hitting on her. Why would a man risk being looked at as a creep or inappropriate when he's just trying to help? And the majority of women that don't trust men to be good people or gentlemanlike is the reason why men said, fuck it. If I'm a good man and I genuinely want to help you and you're going to turn around and be a nasty, disgusting human being, why would I continue to help you? And that's kind of where we are right now. That doesn't even get into the amount of delusional women that turn it into something way, way worse, where they start false allegations or he looked at her or touched her inappropriately. The list goes on. And at the end of the day, women chose equality and you don't get to nitpick and choose when to use equality and when you don't. Either you're going to be full in and you can do everything yourself, or you're going to accept that you still need men and treat them accordingly. Okay, bye.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Something really weird happened at Trader Joe's today, and I don't know if I did the right thing, but I need to tell somebody, so. I was in line, and if you've been to Trader Joe's in NYC, you know the lines are really crazy. There's this lady in front of me who keeps yelling at the employees. I don't know what she was yelling at them about. She was holding up the line, just kind of being a general jerk, and I just kind of kept my distance from her. And then she backs up right into me. Instantly blames me, starts yelling that I bumped into her on purpose. I don't engage, we move forward. She was acting so aggressive by this point that I'm allowing like 2 feet of space between us. And then someone else brushes by her. She immediately assumes it's me, turns around, starts screaming again, and refuses to move forward unless I go in front of her. Even the Trader Joe's employees look scared, so they kind of like gesture for me to just do it. I'm like, sure, yeah, whatever, okay. So I slip past. As soon as I'm in front of her, this woman cackles and rams her cart into me as hard as she can, while screaming, see how it feels, bitch, like a cartoon villain. I still don't engage, and that really pisses her off. So she just starts screaming that I'm an effing this. Everyone's watching this. No one helps. I don't even blame them. I probably wouldn't want to get involved either. I just want her to leave me alone. So I turn around and I'm like, ma'am, I'm sorry. If you think I bumped into you, I certainly didn't mean to. Not the right answer. She just curses me out some more and then now is like trying to shove me with her cart as much as she can up to the register. I honestly don't know what to do in this kind of situation. Does anybody know? Like, what would you do? Anyways, don't go to Trader Joe's on a Sunday.
Brothers, I've always told you about the competition among women. They hate each other for all sorts of reasons. One is prettier, another gets more attention, or sometimes they just don't like each other. And here's the proof. The interesting part is how she says, everyone was watching, but no one helped. And who did she expect to help her? Exactly, a man. But as we saw in the previous video, men no longer step in. They see a woman in trouble and just walk by. Because they already know that if they try to help, they might end up being the villains of the story. So now they have to get used to it. This is the equality they wanted. And it's all thanks to women like the one in the next video.
I'm so sick of the man-hating feminist myth.
And I think a lot of us are just sick of content that keeps dumping on men.
Men are socialized to be masculine figures and to harm women.
Oh, really? Based on what evidence?
Seen as macho to be a ladies' man and to womanize.
Oh, screenshots some stuff from Google. Very convincing.
There's zero accountability for men growing up.
The really sad part about that statement is there are actually people out there that believe that.
They harass a woman. Oh, it's boys will be boys. It's not a big deal. He'll grow out of it. If they sexually assault a woman, oh, she's probably lying. Or me, when I get harassed by some teenage boys talking about my ass, oh, you're the creep because why are you wearing pants that look like that?
I wonder if some of these individuals realize how truly silly they look, using the worst possible examples of the behavior of some men to paint all men with the same brush.
When in reality, I didn't do shit wrong. I was literally just showing up in my business clothes. This type of thinking and excusing of men's behavior is the reason why essays happen, why grapes happen, why DV happens, because men are entitled to believe that women belong to them.
Okay, enough of that biased drivel. But let's put the shoe on the other foot for a moment. Would it be okay if we start judging women in the same way that so many out there like to judge men, by virtue of some of the worst actions of a few members of the demographic, and then applying it to all of them? Would it still be socially acceptable then? Or would their own hypocrisy start showing through?
Stop it. Get some help.
Exactly. If women were judged by the same standards they use to judge men, suddenly they wouldn't want equality anymore. Because the reality is that they live with privileges and don't even realize it. If we judged all women based on the worst actions of a few, they would call it unfair and misogynistic. But men get judged just for breathing. I've seen feminist comments saying that men should be imprisoned from a young age until they prove they're safe individuals. And that's not radical. That's why more and more men are walking away completely, leaving them to crash into the wall. Because the wall doesn't forgive, and when they have no one left to blame, that's when reality will hit them the hardest.
Women.
The other one has a baby, her nose all busted up.
Okay, where's she at?
She went that way.
Do you need medical attention?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
We go find the other.
Please,
She's over there. She has a baby.
Brian, can I
Stay here with her. No. Move away. Move away.
Brian,
Ma'am.
I'm right here. I'm not
Okay,
going
I know you're not going anywhere. Can you put your phone up for a second, please? What's your name?
I'm sorry. I'm trying to take video proof. Please find my homegirl. Please.
I need you to tell me your name before we go with anything else. What's your name? So why were you guys fighting?
Because she's overthinking things.
What do you mean she's overthinking things?
Between me and her husband. I don't have nothing to do with her husband.
Okay.
All I was doing was on the phone with my mom while he was outside smoking a cigarette. And she was thinking me and him were doing something.
Okay.
While I was on the phone with my mom.
Okay, you guys all staying here?
Yes, we are.
Okay.
And I had the baby the whole time.
And she came after you while you had the baby?
Yes.
Okay, so where's the baby
hit
now?
me while I had the baby, while I was carrying the baby.
Okay, so where's the baby now?
That's what I'm trying to find out. But y'all not fucking letting me take off and look for the baby.
No, we're not letting you take off. We need you to tell us which way she went.
Please, at least go look for her, please.
Can you calm down and tell me which way she went?
I can't calm down because it's a 9-year-old month baby.
Okay, a 9-month-old baby. Which way did she go?
She took off right over there, please.
All right, have a seat right here. Hold on.
So, your best friend beats you up because she thinks you're sleeping with her husband, and that just came out of nowhere? Doesn't seem like it. Brothers, a woman's worst enemy is another woman. There are no innocent victims here. Either you ignored the signs, or you actually gave her reasons to suspect. Because no one reacts with violence for no reason. And the best part? Instead of solving the problem, you pulled out your phone to record evidence, like you're the only one affected. But the real question is, if she reacted that way, what's the story behind it?
Okay, I'm good. She's the one that hit me first.
Yeah, that's why I wanted. Hey, look at me. Listen. That's why I'm just looking at your injuries. Okay, that's all. That's all that's going on right now. All right.
Okay.
Here, have a seat. Take a breath. Take a breath. Listen. We got 3 officers over there looking. All right.
Can I ask you what room number you're in, ma'am?
Hey, we're fucking in trouble, Mike. Yeah, she hit me in the fucking face. I hit her back. While I was holding April, bro, she's fucking out of there. Mad as fuck, saying that me and you were something else. I don't fucking know what the fuck is going on in her head, bro. But it's fucked up. I'm with the cops right now. I'm with the cops legit right now.
they're fucking, I don't know, they just fucking asking so many fucking questions, looking for Mariah. Apparently they fucking have her and shit. But they're questioning me because I got her blood on me and shit.
We're just talking to you right now.
Man,
We're just trying to figure out what went on.
Mariah took off with Azrael. She fucking took off with him. She was fucking mad. As soon as we legit supposedly got out of the camera, she legit yanked him out of my hands and fucking took off with him. Talking about that's her fucking baby and shit.
Whose baby is it?
It's her baby.
Okay.
Dude, I don't know where she's at. I don't know. Alright, I got you. Alright, babe. I got you. Just text me, please. Alright, babe. Bye.
Alright. Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Call me crazy, but this thing with compadres and comadres always ends the same way. Someone ends up in the husband's or wife's bed. That's why I never let my woman get too close to my friends. There are real ones, sure, but plenty lose their way over time. This is the same story as always. Women practically living in their friend's house, constantly around the husband, until one day, the line gets crossed. And now we have a woman losing her mind, beating up her best friend because she suspects the worst. But come on, no one reacts like that for nothing. If she exploded like that, it's because she found something, brothers.
So, Alexander, this is what I need from you, all right?
Alright.
I need you to just tell me what went on. Like, what's going on right now?
Really, what just happened, me and her just had a disagreement. That's
She
all
like
it
your
was.
sister or?
Yeah, she's my sister.
Okay.
She's my sister. That's all it was. It was just a disagreement.
Okay.
But she just really felt very offended, and I understand her part, but it never played off like that. I promise, it never played off like that.
Okay.
So she got mad at me. The baby started crying. I picked him up. She's telling me she's gonna leave. I'm like, how are you gonna leave? Keep in mind, we're from another state, you know. So
What state y'all from?
we're just from out of state, and she
Like
took
what
the baby
state?
out.
Like what state specifically?
Well, really, we just. Can I tell you the story?
Yeah, but like, just what state
Can I
are
tell
y'all
you the
from?
story?
All right, yeah, sure, go ahead.
So, she just
No.
took off with the baby. Really, it was just a disagreement. She just felt offended. It was
Okay.
just
All right, cool. Alexander, do you have an ID anywhere near you? Probably
No,
not.
I
Okay.
don't.
So what state are you from?
I'm from Texas.
From Texas? Okay. Do you mind giving me like your full name real quick?
I don't really want to.
Well, you don't really have a choice. Like, you have to identify yourself.
I don't have to.
No, Alexandra, I'm going to save you potentially some trouble right now. It's Florida
But,
State
like,
law.
you're
Listen to me.
asking too much.
Alexandra, listen to me. Because I've been very courteous with you. I've been very courteous with you.
I just want to
Okay,
know
listen.
if she's okay.
Listen.
Where is she?
We'll let you know that, but you have to identify yourself, okay?
I already did. It's
No, you didn't.
Alexandra.
Okay, I need to know your full name.
Where is she? Can you at least tell me
I'll
where
be happy to
she's
tell you
at?
that as soon as you give me your name.
I do you do. No, I'm kidding. Can you please tell me where she's at? Ryan, where are you at?
Hey. Hey, you're wrong. Hey, can you hang up?
No.
No, I'm asking you to. Give us my phone.
It's funny because it's true. Let's analyze the facts. This woman argues with her friend, who suspects she slept with her husband. Then, the friend beats her up and walks away with her baby, leaving her bleeding. And when the police arrive, who does she call? Her friend's husband. Convenient, isn't it? There are two options here. Either she has the worst luck in the world, or she's paying some kind of karma. Because this follows a classic pattern. 30-year-old single woman sees her friend married to a good man, gets too comfortable in the house, gets too close, until the wife finally snaps and beats her down. If you don't see the irony here, I don't know what else to tell you. But the saying is old because it's true. A woman's worst enemy is another woman.
Just a quick reminder to all the women out there, especially the younger women, please do older you, 40-year-old you, a favor and break up with that man. Do it now. When you're my age, you don't regret being single. But you wish you could go back in your 20s and break up with that guy, and that other guy, and that other guy. In fact, if you could do it all over again, men would just be something you played with. The relationships are a waste of time if they're not giving you O's or putting cash in your hand, and especially if they're being disrespectful or letting their friends be rude to you. Please do yourself a favor and kick them to the curb in a really mean way too. And please stop comparing yourself to other people on Instagram and Facebook. They're just pretending they're happy. Most of them are not. Your mothers are not happy. Your grandmothers were not happy. Marriage was a trap. Very few marriages actually benefit the woman. Most of the time it benefits the man. Don't be a slave. Don't be a caretaker for your entire life. You are intelligent. You are talented. You are creative. It feels really good when you discover those things. You were never meant to revolve your life around a man. You're not here to get married and be a baby maker. Above all else, just follow your heart. What is it you sincerely want to do? What is it that you want to experience? But make sure that you're not doing that thing to fill a void in your heart. Go to therapy and get a dog, but you'll never regret the time being single. Taking care of yourself first. I promise you that.
Advice on how to spread misery, because misery loves company. Here we have an older woman who doesn't want to admit that her life was a failure, so she tries to convince younger women to follow in her footsteps. Okay, she didn't have a man, she didn't have relationships, so what did she do with her life? Did she end up a millionaire traveling the world, or did she end up alone, bitter, with a dog and going to therapy because her life lacks meaning? Because if the alternative to marriage isn't a life of success and happiness, what's left? Eternal miserable singleness, loneliness. And the most ironic part? She says marriage doesn't benefit women, but in her worst moments, who will take care of her? Not the men she pushed away, but a therapist and a pet that doesn't even understand her regret.
When you're in a healthy relationship and then you betray your woman and you leave her in some sort of pain, hurt, or betrayal, I just want you to know something. It is going to affect her nervous system. So that relationship that she once felt safe with, and when her nervous system was calm, you were getting the best of her, now it transitioned to where her nervous system is dysregulated. And when her nervous system is dysregulated, it is saying that you are a threat to her. Her nervous system is saying you are not safe anymore, that you betrayed her, that you hurt her. So her nervous system is going to feel a lot of emotions. Her nervous system is going to feel shame, guilt, mood swings, fear, panic, insomnia, hypervigilant, nightmares, jumpiness, you name it. And so at the end of the day, when she's feeling all of these emotions, just know that her nervous system is dysregulated right now and she needs to feel safe again. So if she needs to feel safe, then that means you guys need to have a conversation into what makes her feel safe, whether that's a hug, whether that's asking for space, whether that's for her taking a walk. But at the end of the day, your girl is not crazy or toxic for experiencing these emotions. Her nervous system is saying, my nervous system doesn't feel safe right now.
Stop it. Get some help.
I will never support infidelity. It's one of the most despicable things you can do to your partner. Believe me, it will hurt you just as much as it hurts her because you could lose a good woman over it. But the facts show that 56% of male infidelity happens due to a lack of intimacy, and 20% because they don't feel valued. All we ever hear about is the woman's pain, her dysregulated nervous system, how she now sees men as a threat. But what led the man to that point? What caused the distance? Because if 76% of male infidelities stem from how they're treated at home, maybe the woman should also reflect on how she treats her partner. It doesn't justify betrayal, but it does prove that relationships don't fall apart out of nowhere. We've reached the end of the video, but before we go, here are some questions for you. Do you think it was right for the friend to beat her up for cheating with her husband? Have you ever known a woman who dated her friend's husband? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Your support means the world to us and motivates us to create more content. Stay tuned for the next exciting video from the wall.